Hello, welcome to everyone in this video. This is lecture number 29. Already 28 lectures are covered to solve the problem asked in this book, that is Electricity Magnetism by Vasudev Ghosh. This is 14 part of this book, and the rest are part of this lecture series actually solve the problem asked in the electrodynamics by DJ Griffith. Okay, so in this series actually we covered the problem of these two books, that is the DJ Griffith. These books to chapter 2 and chapter 3 actually we covered, and in this book chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3 we already covered. In the chapter 4 question number 1 to question 10 we covered in the last lecture, right? So if you wants to go to this description box, link given in the description box. So let's start today's topics for course that is question number 11 to question number 18 of this book of chapter 4, right? So let's start with question 11, which says consider a parallel plate capacitor with a dielectric slab, dielectric constant K, filling the entire space between the plate. It is given charge Q is kept is isolated so that the work done against the electric force to remove the slab is this. Okay, so when there is no slab, that is air, the capacitance will be epsilon naught A by D. We know this is a parallel plate capacitor. And when we placed a dielectric constant K, now the capacitor filling dielectric constant, so the capacitance will be K epsilon naught A by D. So the initial energy will be half Q square by C, and the final energy half Q prime square by C prime. Since Q was isolated, so the Q is constant, there is no loss of the charge, that's why Q prime equals to Q. So if you put, you will be get this thing. So work done equals to change in the potential energy of these two system. So just difference of u prime minus u will be get this answer, right? I think clear. If there is any doubt, you must comment in the comment box. Go to the next question. Consider a parallel plate capacitor C1 whose one plate is grounded and another is potential V1. They insulated. The separation between the plates is now increased. Capacitance decreases to C2. So that D is increases to D prime. The C1 changes to C2. What will be the final potential of insulated plate? Since this is a insulated, so the charge in this system, that is the C1 V1, is also equal to the charge of the new system. In the new system, the capacitance will be C2 epsilon naught A by D prime. D is changes to D prime, so the charge will be these two, and this charge will be the same. If you put, you will be get this answer. Very clear. Next question. A parallel plate capacitor C is charged to a potential difference V and then disconnected from the battery. So these are connected with a potential V. So the charge will be Cv and then disconnected. That means the charge will be the same. That's why we take this epsilon A by D. The separation will be double. That's why C by 2. The energy will be changed like that, which is nothing but the double of this energy. So the work done is the change in this energy. Similar process. Next question. A spherical capacitor consists of two concentric spherical cell of radii A and B. The outer sphere is grounded and Q is placed in the inner sphere. So there is Q charge placed in the inner sphere. So there is minus Q charge induced in the outer sphere inner surface of the outer sphere. Q charge placed in the inner sphere of radius A. That's why there is a charge induced of minus Q in the inner surface of this outer sphere, and the outer surface there is plus Q charge, but this is grounded. That's why this charge comes to this grounded, transfer to the ground. So if you consider the region 1, 2 and 3, in this region 1, if you take a sphere, there is no charge included. So the Gauss theorem, in this region the electric field will be 0. In the third region, you also take, there is total charge is Q and minus Q. So in the third region also electric field will be 0. That's why in the region 1 and region 3, the electric field will be 0. In this region 2, that is from A to B, the charge only Q in enclosed surface, the charge will be Q. So E into 4 pi r square equal to Q by epsilon naught, from where we will be get the electric field. From the electric field, we can find out the potential difference between these two sphere, that is B2A E dr. So put this value of E, you will be get this potential difference between those two sphere. We get this potential difference, then we can find out the capacitance. Capacitance equal to charge by potential difference. Put this value of this potential difference here, you will be get this capacitance. Now the energy will be q square by 2c, since there is charge is constant, so we use this formula q square by 2c, and just put this value q square and c is like that, you will be get this energy. Now this b changes to b prime. Here you can see the sphere is now made contract to radius b prime, the work done required. So the b change to b prime, the capacitance will be changed, just replace b by b prime, and energy will be just replace the u into e prime. This is the capacitance will be changed like that. So work done equals to nothing but the change in the potential energy. So the change in the potential energy is will be like that, the difference between u and u prime. Put the value of u and u prime, will be finally got this work done, right? So this is the final work done is required. Clear? To construct this b into the b prime. Clear? Next question. A cylindrical capacitor of length L. The cylindrical capacitor of length A consists of inner cylinder of radius A and the outer is radius B. The space between them is filled by a solid dielectric constant K. Suppose the dielectric pulled out by a distance x. So x distance pulled out means there is a x air, and by rest, that is L minus x, are in this dielectric medium. Find the force acting on the dielectric. So you need to find out actually the capacitance of the system, then we get the potential, and then energy of the system. First we need to find out capacitance, then energy, then force. So to find the capacitance, we need to take count the electric field within that region. You know, in this region 1 the electric field will be 0. In the similar fashion just discussed earlier, region 1 and region 3 electric field will be 0. Only region 2 the electric field will be present. So into 2 pi rl, just using the Gauss theorem. Gauss theorem using, you will be get this, the lambda equals to nothing but q by l, charge per unit length. Clear? So finally we got the electric field. After that we will get the potential difference between A to B, because within this region there is electric field present. Outside and the inner side electric field is 0. So the potential difference will be B to A into E dot dr. Put this value of E, and finally you will be get this things, that is the potential difference. After getting the potential difference, we can find out the capacitance q by V. Put the value of V, will be get this expression. Now you can see there is two capacitor like that in the parallel combination. So the resultant capacitor will be the sum of these two, where AR is x distance and the dielectric is L minus x distance. That's why here we write K epsilon naught L minus x. So finally we get this capacitance. After that we will be get the energy. Energy is half cv square. Put this value of c and v square. The force is del u del x, just derivative with respect to x. Finally we got this answer. Clear? So this is the required force to push out this dielectric from this cylinder. Next question. The space between two concentric spherical conductor of radii A and B is filled with the inhomogeneous permittivity. So there is a inhomogeneous permittivity related to epsilon naught, like that, where A is the constant and R is the radial distance. A is the constant, R is the radial distance. The outer sphere is grounded. The outer sphere is grounded. Charge q is placed inner sphere. Same thing, but there is a dielectric material we just discussed before. So you can see there is electric field in 1 and electric field in 3 will be 0. Only in region 2 there is electric field. So apply Gauss theorem, E into 4 pi r square equal to q by epsilon. There is a dielectric medium. So put this value, will be get this thing. So the potential difference between A to B equals to like that. Put this value of E, will be get this expression. After that the potential is nothing but the potential difference actually taken from these two region, because the electric field only present in this region. So my b to a, like that, put this value, that e into dr, this is the e. So just integrate, you will be get this potential. So the capacitance equals to q by v, just q by v will be get this answer. So the capacitance of this system will be getting like that, 4 pi epsilon naught by 1 by a minus 1 by v plus l ln b by a. That's right. Next question. So that the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor does not change when a thin conducting plate inserted parallelly halfway between these two plates. So initially this is epsilon, taking any medium, the capacitance will be epsilon a by d. Now inserted a plate between these two capacitance. So these two capacitor are in series. So the series combination will be 1 by c equals to 1 by c1 plus 1 by c2. and here C1 is equals to here this C1 is equals to epsilon A by d by 2, because this gap is changes d by 2, C2 equals to epsilon A d by 2. So finally we got this relation, that is C equal to epsilon A by 2. So we can see this without this plate the capacitance equals to epsilon A by d, and with this plate the capacitance will be the same. So the capacitance does not change by inserting this conducting plate. Next question. Consider a parallel plate capacitor with a inhomogeneous dielectric whose permittivity of distance x from this equals to like that. So if you take a plate from here and change the distance x, the permittivity changes with like that with the x, where d is the separation of this plate. So that the capacitance of the system is 9 by 8 times the capacitance without the dielectric medium. So without dielectric medium, if you find the capacitance, then with dielectric medium there is 9 by 8 times multiply. So without dielectric medium, capacitance is equal to epsilon naught A by D. Now the electric field between the plate equals to sigma by epsilon. Epsilon put this value, will we get this thing. So the potential difference E dx between this region 0 to D, so D to 0, final minus initial. So this is the potential difference. Just calculate this potential difference, you will be get this potential difference. So the capacitance will be equal by V. So put this value Q, and sigma into A is the total charge. So sigma is charge and V equal to like that. You will be get 9 by 8 epsilon naught A by D, which is C0. So you can see that is the electric capacitance will be 9 by 8 times 2 is value of initial, that's mean without the dielectric medium. I think clear. If there is any doubt or any correction, you need must comment in the comment box. So that's it. This is all about me, and this is my contact details. You can join this Telegram channel, or these are my another contact details. This is my YouTube channel details. Go to this channel, you will get the other videos like physics and some mathematics and some reasoning and the advanced math for competitive examination, like that. You can go through this YouTube channel and go through the playlist. There are separate playlist for separate classes, right? So like this session, share this video to your friends so that he or she also get benefit from this video. Subscribe this channel if you new in this channel. Press the bell icon to get the notification of upcoming video, and take the PDF from the link given in the description box. Okay, so thank you. We will meet in the next video as soon as possible. Thank you.